Hello, Namaste. This is Saudamini studying in 7th standard. I am 12 years old. Today I am going to discuss you with about letter, how to write letter R. In technique 2, typical individual letters in technique 2, in capital and small letters in cursive handwriting and non-cursive handwriting. Before discussing about today's class, I am going to spend a few minutes about last class. I am going to discuss about last class. In last class, we discussed about letter Q. What is letter Q and what are the uses of letter Q? Letter Q is such letter that we can impress anybody. It comes into the second letter which in the impressing category. It is in the second place which comes in the impressive category. We can impress anybody by writing Q as much as artistic as possible. We can impress anybody. After P, we can impress anybody as the Q. Q, in a simple way, we can say that Q is the queen of letters. Q is the queen of letters. But some people may say that Q we will use Q letter very rarely, so they will neglect that letter. What is the use of writing that letter very neatly? So they can think in this method. In this way. But coming to handwriting, Q is the queen of handwriting. So we should follow it, and if you write it rarely or regularly, if you use Q or not, you should write Q very nicely and you can impress anybody by writing Q. To know more information what are the uses of Q, please watch my previous class. Okay, going to today's class discussion is letter R. How to write letter R and what are the uses of letter R? Letter R is also letter R also we can write more artistically as we can. It's a artistic letter, so you should write R very carefully. So write R, cursive letter R. How to write? Now, as usual for all letters, naturally give a small tail, and from baseline to till where the baseline tail starts to there, baseline upper line, you draw a slight curved line, and from there you put a knot. You put a small circled knot, and from there somewhat round shaped, somewhat bow shaped structure, and at last you bend it like this. You should write reverse direction J, and this is R, letter R in cursive small handwriting. And coming to R, more artistic, you can write in this way and like this. Coming to this looks very artistically and thin, and this looks very artistic and very thin. In greeting cards or anything, you can write R as like this, and you can follow R as like this or like this. Anything you can follow in R, cursive letter R. Coming to cursive letter capital R. How to write cursive letter capital R? Regularly from baseline, draw a small tail-like structure, and from here you draw a P-shaped structure. Same like P, you write P as follow the same steps of letter P and draw and write letter P as you write letter P, and from here you draw a small ribbon shaped and whale shaped structure. That's it. R is completed. R is so simple letter. If we know the writing P very impressive and carefully, if you practice P, we can write R same as P and we can write easily. But some people write R like this also. P some people write like this, and R they will write like this. And this is the wrong method of writing R, and we can't say that the difference between P and R. P and R we should keep more difference, and we should follow the rules of P. The rules of P is same, but here only the whale shaped structure, but we should follow P shape, and we should give some difference between P and R. They can the readers who are reading your sheet or who are reading your letters, they should describe that this is P and this is R. You should write it very clearly. Okay, coming to R, more artistic, you can write like this also. From here and from here like this and like this, and this gives a royal impression, and this R is a very royal R, and this is a very royal R. If you in greeting cards you can keep like this, and this is a very royalty look. It gives a very royalty look. Okay, now coming to non-cursive letters, how to write small letter R. From upwards to downwards, in the middle part draw a line, a straight line, and from baseline to middle part upper line draw a umbrella hand shaped, draw a umbrella hand shaped structure, and this is R. And in between standing line and arch structure, you minimum one line. If you draw one line also, it must be spacious. Minimum that much gap we should keep. See, like this, I am showing you writing fastly. Like this we should keep. Like this we should keep the curve. Okay. We should in a non-cursive, some people write R as like this. They will keep like this, and they will draw like a snail. And it looks like a letter of P. Somewhat they will keep like this, means it will look like a P. So we should keep for P and R difference. So please write smaller big letters very clarity from P and R. So it looks like P. So you never keep rounds like snail shaped rounds in the non-cursive small r. Okay, coming to non-cursive capital R. How to write non-cursive capital R? From upper line to base line draw a straight line or 90 degrees line, or 90 degrees line or 80 degrees line, and from here onwards, from upper zone line onwards, you draw same as P. You write same P, and at the end of the semicircle you draw a slant, backward slant. You draw a backward slant from upwards to base line, and this is R. And to write it more artistically, you can write like this. You can write R as like this, and this also looks very royal. In non-cursive it looks royal, but in cursive it looks royal. Okay, we are having two royal impressive types in R also. So R also we can write in many types, but please follow the rules and regulations of P and R, but give difference between P and R. The readers must know that is either P letter or R letter. So don't give like this C shell shaped rounds, and don't give like this so much near to the straight line. Don't draw curved line so much near to the straight line. You should have minimum distance of minimum distance of 1 inch. Minimum distance between these straight lines, this forward line to this backward line, you should have minimum 1 inch gap. Minimum 1 inch gap. So for suppose you keep the gap, take your index finger, and in your index finger you are having first line. For suppose you keep that only as gap, and you see that gap you are getting or not. If you are not getting that gap, you practice and automatically you will get same that gap only. Minimum you should keep that much gap for R, and P you should not keep gaps, and you should not draw this line more longly to the vertical line. Okay. In this class we discussed about letter R in technique 2. So in next class we are going to discuss about letter S in technique 2, typical individual letters in cursive and non-cursive handwriting, in small letters and capital letters. So if you want to see my further classes and lessons, please subscribe us and follow us.